to take that responsibility.
I know I'll be all right till the end of the night. Till the end of the night, it's gonna be all right. Until the end of the night.
My name is James MacArthur, and this program deals with one of the most controversial issues of our day, capital punishment. You're about to meet 4 men convicted of murder, plus victims' relatives and a host of experts on both sides. Because this state, California, poised to reactivate its gas chamber for the first time in 2 decades, has drawn national attention. At one time, the condemned of death row were executed here on the morning of their last night, which was spent in a special holding cell. For some of the nearly 200 on death row now, that night may be near. They and we are about to learn what it means again to kill in California.
Till the end of the night. Till the end of the night. It's gonna be all right. Till the end of the night. Till the end of the night.
This is Wile E. Coyote. He's been trying to catch that guy for years. What makes him think he can now? Ah, the Donnelly Directory. It's not the same old yellow pages. It's maps, guides, and emergency information. It's a complete, colorful yellow pages that's better and easier to use. Won't he ever learn? Oh, no. Good thinking. The Donnelly Directory. That was close. The Donnelly Directory. It's a better yellow pages and much, much more.
The coast is clear. Nobody's here. Just you and me. Snuggle fabric softener. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive. Come on, sink into the fluffiest blankets. Wrap yourself in the snuggliest robes. Wave goodbye to static cling. And get everything, cuddle up fresh. You can do it, just use me.
Snuggle fabric softener. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive.
I kept dreaming, someday I'm going to own a Cadillac. Well, someday doesn't make sense anymore. Read the new '87 tax laws? Woke me up. I realized I gotta buy my Cadillac right now in '86, while I can still deduct all that sales tax, my current year financing interest, plus the extra benefits for business cars. Fellow dreamers, see your local Cadillac dealers before that dream fades away.
See your Southern California Cadillac dealers.
Air Cal 737 executive class service versus the airline that wants you to catch their smile. Only Air Cal gives you first-class legroom throughout the plane, and continental breakfast complete with a morning newspaper, and a variety of superior snacks. Even telephone service and premium wines by the glass are available. And Air Cal's executive class service doesn't cost 1 penny more. The airline that will really leave you smiling is Air Cal. We make flying easy.
San Quentin, a maximum security prison on the shore of San Francisco Bay. Some 200 men here are awaiting execution in California's gas chamber. This man is one.
My name is Jay Siripong. I came to this country in 1979, and then I came here to San Quentin prison in 1983 for conviction of murder. But I can't say anything about my case because my lawyer says so, and it's still in court. So therefore, I will talk about my life in this place. My artwork is the only thing that keep me going all the time. It keeps me busy. My mother, Hansa Siripong, she knows about me on the newspaper. Then during my trial, she came here from Bangkok all the way and sit all through the trial. I have 2 brothers, 1 sister. They all live in Bangkok. Only my sister that still write to me, my old elder sister, which we are very close. Her name is Traya. Nickname is Koi. So, and she always call me Shorty on her letter.
Hi, Shorty. We just went to have your fortune told. The monk said that your horoscope shows that you will not die a violent death. Therefore, I ask you to be patient, love and concern. Goy.
I really don't know what to say. But I disgrace them. I feel sorry for everything. But I try to tell them that not to worry. But I didn't say anything will be fine. I prepare for the worst, whatever it is.
My name is Ed Freeman. I'm an assistant district attorney in Orange County, and I had the responsibility for handling the prosecution of the case against Mr. Siripongs. This case began in December the 15th, 1981. The Garden Grove Police Department received a telephone call, and this is the way the telephone call went down.
Garden Grove Police?
Calling from Pantai Market.
Yes, sir.
I come here at my market, but I don't know why nobody here, and the phone left on the floor.
And what's on the floor?
The phone.
Oh, the phone's on the floor?
Yeah, but it's nobody here about 1 hour already.
It's your market?
Yes, I have one person working here too, and my wife stay here.
And the phone number?
531-3052.
Hello. Huh? 305 what?
Oh.
What's the matter there?
Oh, he saw somebody in the room. Put you on, okay? Let me turn on the light.
Sir, what's the matter there?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Somebody get killed, my wife too. Could you come hurry?
Is she dead?
I think so.
Okay, we'll have somebody right there. Hold on.
Okay. And the employee too.
Okay, we're having somebody come right now.
Okay.
Yes, PD.
You better start somebody to 14942 Bouchard.
14942 Bouchard?
Yeah, we got a possible homicide.
When the officers arrived at the scene, they were directed to the storage room area, and what they were confronted with in that area are Mrs. Watanaporn on the floor, apparently dead. In fact, she had been strangled. And then in a massive amount of blood underneath the body of Nguyen Quoc, the Vietnamese clerk in the market.
2 days later, Chaturung Suripongs was arrested trying to use Mrs. Watanaporn's credit cards at a shopping center. A search of his home produced jewelry that was hers, jewelry she sold in the market. Later, the likely murder weapons, a rope and a kitchen knife, were found in a nearby trash bin, and Siripong's own hands bore recent slash wounds. Although it was believed that 2 persons took part in the murders, only Siripongs was charged.
And the jury did, in fact, return a verdict of first-degree murder, and then in the penalty phase of the trial, the jury concluded that the death penalty was an appropriate penalty for Mr. Siripongs.
I think he deserved that. He deserved to pay what the crime that he committed. Yeah, I think for me, in my opinion, I think he should be executed.
Surachai Watanaporn, husband of one of the victims. It was he who discovered her murder.
Yeah, I think it's very hard for me and my family. Yeah. I moving back to Thailand, and then didn't do anything for 2 and 3 years. and try to get it everything together. And then it's finally I realized that I still have a family. I mean, to taking care. So I have to do something, whatever, for them.
Children? How many?
I got two children. Reminding me of her, and has a memory, maybe as a part of my life. Yeah.
I know that the crimes that he's accused of are heinous ones, and I know that people have died. I think the real issue here is whether or not, at this stage, at this point, is it right, is it just, is it moral to take this man's life? I can say without any reservations that it would be wrong.
How about my wife? How about my employee, the person that he killed? They should have the right to live also.
The widow of the employee slain in the market still lives nearby with her 4 children. She said she once felt the need to have Siripongs executed, but now feels it would be wrong. She did not want to appear on camera.
I feel very sorry for the victim family, and it is not in my power to do anything for them anymore.
He took these 2 lives. It was a very, as you can see, it was a very ruthless, brutal killing.
I can only imagine how terrible, how devastating it must be. But I can't see after the initial anger has cooled what is served by taking another life.
I believe the jury has spoken. I am a believer that when the people speak through the vehicle of the jury, that their mandates should be carried out.
It's wrong to snuff out his life. Regardless of what he's accused of doing, it's simply wrong.
I still can accomplish a lot of things. I can do a lot of good. I can pay back, but it has to be over. Then I have to be ready.
Wherever you do business in LA, the Pacific Bell Yellow Pages have you covered. From Monrovia to Westwood, the Valley to Redondo Beach. We've got the only full line of directories in Los Angeles. And it includes our new community directories, which let you focus your advertising on 6 of the most profitable areas in the core of the city at low introductory rates. Call now about the Pacific Bell Yellow Pages and have more customers calling you.
You can drive a status symbol that says how rich you are, or you can drive a status symbol that says how smart you are. Introducing the 87 front-wheel drive Hyundai Excels. They're durable, reliable, and even though they come with more standard features than any cars in their class, the Excels are surprisingly affordable. Now that's a status symbol that takes more than money to appreciate. Hyundai, cars that make sense.
What are you doing this Sunday? Hitting the beach? Another barbecue? Going for a drive? If you're bored doing the same old things, Taco Bell has the cure. This Sunday is our 49-cent Taco Sunday. Have fun with all the regular tacos you can eat, just 49 cents each. And if you absolutely can't change your plans, you can always order them to go. 49-cent tacos this Sunday at Taco Bell, the cure for the common meal.
Duracell has built its reputation on long life. Now, Kodak wants to get into the pecking order. So we decided to put both batteries to the test. And the results may cause a little flap, because a Duracell battery will last up to 20% longer than a Kodak Superlife battery. We just can't help crowing about it. Today's Duracell. No battery lasts longer.
The naked, simple fact is that the death penalty has been a gross failure. Beyond its horror and incivility, It has neither protected the innocent nor deterred the wicked.
Governor Edmund G. Brown, Sr., during an 8-year term of office, in which he approved 40 executions but commuted 22 to life in prison.
Well, I'm opposed to capital punishment because the state takes human life, and I don't believe that anyone except the good Lord can take human life.
Well, I think you have to judge it in the context of where the opponents spend their life.
During 19 years at San Quentin, Nelson witnessed countless executions, once averaging a dozen a year.
If they spent their life among men who had a violent way of life and saw how they treated their victims, they would not say it was cruel and inhumane in relation to that.
But after you become governor and you're away from the actual crime itself, you realize that the state is now, in a cold way, doing exactly the same thing, taking them out on a Friday with witnesses and with reporters and everybody around and taking them out and sitting them down and killing them. And the theory of it is, of course, that it's a deterrent.
I think it would be a deterrent if the death penalty was carried out with acceleration.
The only son I got. I mean, just give him life. Just let him have it a little longer.
The same year Governor Brown left office, California prepared for what would be its last execution to this day. The state had a new governor and a different warden.
I was a warden at San Quentin at the time of the execution of Aaron Mitchell. That was April 12, 1967.
Aaron Mitchell, 37, condemned to die for the murder of Sacramento police officer Arnold Gamble during a barroom holdup.
It just so happens I visited with Mitchell the previous day, and at that time he was normal in all respects. He introduced me to his mother.
His mother, Mrs. Virgie Mitchell, left early this afternoon after visiting for more than an hour. Both expressed hope that some 11th hour appeal could come through and save Mitchell's life. I talked to Mitchell a few days ago, and he told me that he expected no mercy from Governor Reagan.
Well, because here was a case in which every legal avenue had been tried. The United States Supreme Court twice, the California Supreme Court twice in the federal court.
He is the government, and all he has to do is speak. Just speak and save a life. That's all. Just speak and save a life.
I would be putting myself above, if I altered this, all the judicial bodies and all of the appellate means that we have.
He got the power to do that, and that wouldn't be asking him too much just to save a life.
And I feel that there was, as I say, nothing introduced to alter this.
Aaron Mitchell is a bitter man. He expects to die here at San Quentin Prison on Wednesday, and he says that tears won't do any good. This is Spencer Michaels, KCRA News at San Quentin.
I felt that it wasn't really justice. It's a funny thing, I've often thought about this, that we have so many more black people on condemned row than whites, when they make up a smaller percentage of the population of the state.
I think that can be said of the prison population, that the disproportionate amount of people in compared to general population are poor and couldn't hire a good attorney.
But the unfairness is, why take this one man and so many people who took lives of important people, and maybe don't even get on death row? Why single out this individual?
The fact that they are of a minority group or an impoverished group doesn't mean that they are not required to obey the law.
Aaron Mitchell was in a state of emotional shock when he was led from the holding cell through the steel door and into the chamber.
Mike Boyd's news reports provided dramatic first-person detail.
His knees were weak, his eyes glassy, his hair disheveled. He had to be helped into the chair.
It just looked like, you know, just as everybody else, they got another chance, but now they don't want to give my son another one.
Screams pierced the wall behind the gas chamber.
Howard Brody, whose eyewitness sketches were the only visual record.
Then 2 guards half carried in the condemned man.
I'm hurt deep down in my heart because it looked like it just ain't justice.
He was wearing a white shirt, blue denims, black shoes. A stethoscope was strapped around his chest.
He was rapidly strapped to the chair in the gas chamber, and the guards left.
At precisely 10:04, gas was let into the chamber.
And his mouth continually moved like this.
Mitchell had bowed his head after making one audible comment, placing his left hand to his forehead.
He turned around in his chair like this, slowly, and said 4 words. I am Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. I don't have no more to say. That's all.
He caught the eye of his minister at that time, nodded to him, and looked about once more. Then the fumes got to Mitchell. He was unconscious in about 30 seconds, and he died 8 minutes later.
This is Wile E. Coyote. He's been trying to catch that guy for years. What makes him think he can now? Ah, the Donnelly Directory. It's not the same old yellow pages. It's maps, guides, and emergency information. It's a complete, colorful yellow pages that's better and easier to use. Won't he ever learn? Oh, no. Good thinking. The Donnelly Directory. That was close. The Donnelly Directory. It's a better yellow pages and much, much more.
Okay, if we're talking an import, what counts to you?
It's got to be fun and have lots of features.
Imported Dodge Raider has standard 4-wheel drive, a 5-speed stick, and a 2.6-liter engine. The imported Dodge Power Ram 50 has more horsepower than Mazda and a larger standard cab than Toyota. See the new Raider and Power Ram 50 at your Dodge dealer today. When it comes to imports, we know what counts.
That's what counts to me.
At your Southern California Dodge dealer.
This woman is about to do something she's never done before. Watch closely. For the first time with Lucky's Easy Checkout, your own ATM bank card can pay for all your groceries without cash, credit cards, or checks. Only at Lucky can you check out this easily, this quickly. The Lucky Easy Checkout. We think you've waited long enough.
I had it 2 years, and it's going to be 3 years in December. For 10 years. My dad has 2, my brother has 1, I now have 3, Mom has 2.
No problem.
No problems whatsoever.
Worth every penny.
Every dime.
It's more reliable than my husband. My husband's not around anymore, but my Seiko is.
Seiko.
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 Man invented time. Seiko perfected it.
Available at all locations of Slavik's Jewelers.
I believe executions will resume. I think this is wrong, and I think the American people will come to see that. Well, clearly, the Catholic Church and mainline Christian denominations are very much agreed today that capital punishment is immoral. It is not the way for our society to go.
But nevertheless, by over a 70% majority, the people of the state have voted that they wish the imposition of capital punishment.
This is not true in Europe and most of the industrialized world. Capital punishment has disappeared in most civilized countries.
Because of the brutality and the viciousness and the horrible nature of these crimes, this is what's leading the people to cry more and more stridently for the imposition of the death penalty.
How is killing a person going to solve the problem? It might make me feel good for a little while, But how does it solve the problem?
It certainly deters the person who is executed from killing again.
We avoid dealing with the much more profound and bigger issues of how are we going to stop the violent crime in our society? How are we going to get to the root of it?
But aside from that, crimes are committed in prison. Murderers continue to murder in prison. Murderers run gangs from inside prison.
My name is Larry Roberts. I'm out of LA, Los Angeles, California, where I was born and raised. Right now, I'm presently here on San Quentin's death row. I'm on death row right now for 2 killings, and primarily as a result because a correction officer was killed in this incident.
Larry Roberts has been sentenced to the gas chamber for 2 murders in another state prison. He was there serving life at the time for an earlier homicide.
I grew up in your basic ghetto in Los Angeles, known as Watts. Spent most of my time staying in projects, and I guess I've done most of the things that younger people do. Start off barbiturates and marijuana and the little burglaries and stuff like that, and eventually it ended up in a CDC. Department of Corrections.
I really do. I believe he's innocent. Without a doubt. There's no question about it. The whole family believe he's innocent, and that's all that matters. If I had all the money in the world, he'd be out of prison if I had anything to do with it.
Robert's aunt is today his link with the past. Growing up in the projects of Watts, he was the oldest of 5 children, each by a different father. His own father never married his mother and never acknowledged that Roberts was his son. At his trial, Roberts' aunt and uncle described his home life as deeply scarred by alcohol, violence, and bloodshed. His mother, who died in 1978, was left to raise all 5 children by herself.
It bothers me. Me and my mother was very close. Her being the head of the family, and I was the oldest son, we had a lot in common, and she was only 16 years older than me, so it was something like we were almost like brothers and sisters. It's a hard subject to talk about. I love my mother dearly, and I miss her very much to this day.
At 17, Roberts received his first murder conviction in the shotgun slaying of his own high school custodian. He's been behind bars ever since.
If he can, he'll call twice a week. He talked to my mom. He talks to my daughter. And he called.
My brothers, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews, my cousins, these are the people that mean more to me in the world than anybody. And these are the people who I wish to help. And these are the people who I want to live for.
The date of the homicide was on Sunday, August 17th or August the 15th, 1980. It was a Sunday morning. In the kitchen, people were going to breakfast, or late breakfast, early lunch, and that's when the incident took place.
10 years after the first murder, Larry Roberts, nearing a possible parole date, was an inmate at the Vacaville Medical Prison. Here, he became involved with 2 other convicts, Archie Menafield and Charles Gardner, said to be members of a prison gang.
Gardner ends up calling Roberts, Larry Roberts, whose nickname was Zoom Zoom, ended up calling him a punk. Now, in prison language, a punk is an effeminate homosexual. So Gardner, we now have Gardner going in to breakfast, comes there, and he is surrounded by Menafield and Roberts, and Roberts hits Gardner with his prison-made shank in the side at the heart. But the big thing was that Roberts dropped his knife. Gardner picks up the knife and starts going after Menafield. Officer Petch, Al Petch, steps out from his post, seeing the inmate, but he didn't see the knife, and he tried to help. And as he was helped, Gardner put the knife into the heart of Officer Petch. Both of them then went to the floor, commotion, and they went to the hospital. several hours later, both died within 1 or 2 hours of each other.